just spilled coffee all over my hand. It was very unpleasant, but we are getting ready to go up and work on our house. I've got my coffee. The creek is so high. It's rained so much. It's never that high. Hopefully all the plastic we put down is still there. Bill just woke up like 20 minutes ago. We've got our rebar. It is once again very muddy. This is why we covered it. I'm glad it stayed. And we brought the shop vac to get all this water off of it. Who knows how long that's gonna take, but gotta do it. So yesterday we got most of the water all out, and Mom and Bill covered it again with plastic, and then it rained again. So now Bill's sweeping off more water. It's absolutely freezing, and we're gonna try to put down the rebar as much as we can today, and if we get to the PEX tubing, and then we will be ready to pour. But we just keep getting set back with all this water and trying to get rid of it. Okay guys, we have thought long and hard and have come up with a new plan, which is great. I think I'm excited about it. I think there's many good things about this new plan. So like I just showed you, we were about to put the rebar down and put the PEX tubing with the rebar. Bill is moving the Bobcat and it had like water in the thing and it was splashing it. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, what we were about to do, that's what we were about to do. We were about to do the rebar and put the PEX tubing down on top of it, which then our slab was gonna be poured over it. And then Bill was like, well, I kind of been thinking, and I might have a, you know, this crazy idea. And I was like, well, if you think it's crazy, then it probably is, because he's like down for pretty much any crazy idea. And anyhow, what are you doing, Bill? What are you doing? He's just driving this thing around. Anyway, he's just doing random stuff. What was I saying? So yes, the new plan is great. So, he was like, what if we just get the concrete poured, don't put the PEX tubing down, and then build a subfloor, just like a 1-inch subfloor that we will put the PEX tubing down in, and it will heat that way. And I'm like, okay, why? Because this whole time we were planning about to put the PEX tubing in the concrete, and his reasoning was like, just having a subfloor kind of expands the possibilities of what type of flooring we can put down on it, because like hardwood floor going onto concrete, this was his reasoning. I don't know, this is just what he said. Just us having a subfloor would be easier to put flooring down on than rather just concrete. And I'm like, well, you know what, I'm kind of okay with that, because like subfloor is a lot easier to walk on than concrete. Like my feet, I don't like walking on hardwood or anything like that, because it hurts my feet after a while. So just hardwood on top of concrete, I feel like that's gonna be really hard on my feet. So I was like, okay, that's cool with me. And then on top of that, the heating would probably be a little bit easier to get to, if that makes sense. Like the heat doesn't have to go through concrete to get to the air, it just has to go through the subfloor, which is awesome. And if anything ever goes wrong, it'll be easier to get to as well to fix. So I'm actually really happy with this plan, and the biggest reason I'm happy with this plan is like we're done, you know, like the concrete people can just put the rebar in. Like we don't have to do that, And yeah, that's it. We'll be done. And we've talked to the people that we were gonna use, and they're gonna come up here today and look at it, and they're gonna pour it this week, which is so exciting. Super happy about that. Like, for us to be done with the foundation is like a huge step, and we've been working on it for like 6 months. So for it to be this close to being done, I'm so happy. Like, the thought of it being done is just so awesome. And it has been a very long and tough journey for us. Like, we've gone through a lot to get to this point, emotionally, physically, mentally. Just, it's very stressful. We're actually almost done with the foundation, and I'm really excited about this new plan. And if we can get this thing poured this week, the guy that we're using hopefully will start framing like in the next week or two. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't hit your truck. What are you doing? Okay, he's just like spreading out concrete or something, and he's getting this close to his truck. It just makes me so nervous. Okay, so anyway, I know that was long. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe. Look forward to my Vlogmas videos. Click like, all that. If you want to share the video too, that's great. I'm so excited to get our house like actually starting to look like a house and not just a piece of flat concrete. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.